Hi, I am Mandy of Mad Cow Mandy Designs. It is October the 6th, 2022, and this is stitch 34. That's right, I said stitch. Something about saying episode every week, it just felt kind of stuffy, and this is a knitting podcast. I don't want to be stuffy. So we have stitches. This is stitch 34. Yeah, we have 25 days till Halloween, and you may have noticed my coworker creeping in back here. This is Mr. Rexick. I adopted him from my parents last year. I think I got him last year. Several years ago, I adopted Miss Annie from my parents, and she rode shotgun in my Jeep for years. Every October she would buckle in, her hand would be on the little pull bar up there, and she would ride with me everywhere around town. And of course I have pumpkins that are over my fog lights, so I have lit up pumpkins and a skeleton in my car. Oh yeah, I'm a little touch bit insane, I don't know. I like to have fun. So he is sporting some fancy knitwear. This is my Halloween shawl and a Musselburgh hat on his head, and he's just gonna lurk back there and not really say a whole lot, right? Yeah. Okay, I do have a video coming of all the Halloween decorations because, I mean, you only see two. I'm looking at a lot more. So that video is coming. I still have to edit, and I haven't had the willpower to sit down and edit the video yet. I'll get there. Let's get started with what you're actually here for. I have no finished objects. We'll talk about it. Let's look at works in progress. I have my Hey Mom socks living in this Baby Yoda bag from Pretty Stitch Designs. I forgot a sock blocker. Oops. So I have started on the second sock. I've gotten real far, as you can tell. But I have a first sock done. Yay! You can kind of see here, I did not break the yarn and put in a contrasting hill. I just kind of went with it. So the striping sequence gets a little off, but it works. This is Pretty Twisted Yarns, Hay Bells. It was part of her super secret society of self-striping sock knitters club. I believe this was September's colorway, and it did come with a contrasting orange. So these are for my mom, and they are a vanilla sock with a slip stitch color change. I have the pattern almost written up for you. I have the tutorial ready to go. So just as soon as I finish up that pattern, I'll have that out for y'all. I'm hoping this weekend. That's what I'm aiming for. So, finished one sock, need to do the other sock. My s'mores bag from 3 by the Sea has my, again, mom Happy Halloweeny socks. Oh my god. What is going on here? Okay, I didn't drop any stitches. My needles were pushed all the way to the end. I must have picked it up to start knitting and then didn't, and just shoved it back in the bag. I've lost my mind. This again is Pretty Twisted Yarns, Happy Halloweeny colorway. Oh, it's beautiful. I use 56 stitches, so this is how it works up on 56 stitches, and then I have a Fish Lips Kiss heel, so the color does like a micro striping kind of deal. And I added Kay the Crazy Sock Lady's pop of color there at the top, just using a leftover mini from Southern Skeins Christmas yarn. Last year I bought her Grinchmas Advent, and so it was full of very non-Christmassy colors. It was fun. Yeah. I'm still in the first sock. I had plans for this. I was saving it because I was to the point of like just vanilla knitting. I was saving it, and that plan did not work. Yeah. So we'll get to that later. Chatter. But yeah. So working on that, and I really need to get these finished so that my mom can possibly wear them this Halloween. My mom will wear her Halloween socks year round. I wear my Halloween socks year round. It's who we are. But I still want her to have them for Halloween, if that makes sense. I know she's going to love and wear them all year, but I still want her to have them for Halloween. I have a lot of work to do. I've done a lot of work. It's just not enough work. This is my Knit One Oxford bag, because it's the only bag big enough to hold my sweater, which it is in a terrible state right now. It is what it is. It's just kind of how life happened. I am working on the sewn tubular bind off. I am binding off. Oh. Okay, so that little orange pumpkin is where I was last week. I have done all the body and the ribbing, and I don't know. I don't know. I got overzealous last night. I was like, I can totally bind off before it's bedtime. And then my husband came in and said it was bedtime. This is as far as I made it. So I still have, you know, all of that to go. I do have a photo of right before the ribbing. A try on. It is fitting beautifully. I did cut several inches out of the length of this. I think it said to do 17 inches from armpit to just before the ribbing. And I did more like 13. So I cut out a lot. But I think it's going to fit. But I think it's going to work and look good. Because again, I'm 5'2". I'm pretty short. And as it has been pointed out to me, I am all leg. I have a short torso and average length legs. I do not shop in the petite jeans section. I wear normal jeans, which means that I have really long legs and a short torso. And because we're knitting, we can do what we want. We can make it customized just to us. It's great. So this is the What's This Sweater, designed by Megan of Bad Wolf Girl Designs. Sits and Knits if you're on Instagram. It's beautiful. I'm entering it into the PTY Spooky Sweater Cal. I think that's the hashtag for it. Pretty Twisted Yarns is doing a Halloween sweater knit along. You can pick any sweater design, any yarn you want. She just wants people to, I guess, be tortured with her and knitting sweaters, because sweaters take a lot of love. You really gotta want that sweater. So, yeah, she challenged all of us to join her in the torture, and yeah, I'm there. Sign me up. So, it is coming right along. I'm disappointed in myself. I set a realistic goal to have the body finished this week. That might sound a little insane to some people, because that orange dot is where I was, and that's a lot of stockinette. I love stockinette, not a problem. I still feel that that was a realistic goal for myself, to have the body finished this week. My body said otherwise. My hands just kind of stopped working, and ends up that I have a default knit of sock knitting. I can knit socks and it doesn't hurt my hands, but something about worsted weight yarn on a slightly larger needle, it hurt my hands. I'd get maybe 2 rounds done and my hands were just kind of, so, I'm a little upset with myself, and I keep telling myself that it's fine. It was out of my control. I shouldn't be disappointed in myself, because I am doing the best that I can do with the lack of medication in my system for the arthritis. Doesn't stop me from still being upset though. Like, it was a realistic goal, and I didn't meet it because my body decided not to. Yeah. It's a little irritating when your body doesn't cooperate with you. So, see if I can not get that all tangled up. Okay. That is it for Works in Progress. Let's talk mail. It is all over the place this week. I ordered mail. I got free stuff. I went to the yarn store. Yeah. Let's start with what I actually ordered, paid for, had mailed to me. I finally got a naughty knitting sack. Oh, I find it hilarious. I do not know the lady's name behind this. She has 2 Etsy stores. She has the naughty knitting sacks, and then whatever her regular store is that has not naughty stuff. If this is not your jam, you might want to look away, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. So this is a good box bottom bag. It's a big bag, because I don't know. Yeah, it's a big bag. I have skeletons on the outside, and I have skeletons on the inside, but they're naughty. Oh my god, it's great. Okay, and it even has a pocket in here. So, she released some new bags on Etsy and posted about it on Instagram, and I was like, yes, I might actually be able to get one. And I did. I had my choice of bags. It was so cool. I now have a naughty bag. I've been eyeing her bags for a year now, and I saw the inside skeletons last year, and I was hoping that she would bring them back this year, because that is definitely my favorite naughty print. If you haven't looked at her work, you should go look at it. It is hilarious. And normally speaking, the outside is good. The outside's fine. Sometimes it's not. Most of the time the outside's fine. All the naughty is hidden inside, just for you to enjoy and know that it's not normal. Okay, the second thing I got, I won a pattern giveaway. So, Aquila of A Lefty Knitter, if you're not watching her podcast, you should be, because she is awesome. Her whole family is so cool. I want to be their friends. And she just says whatever is on her heart. I love it. So, she recently knit the Recalibrate. It's a top by Shana S Cohen. Shana Lines Designs on Ravelry. It's all linked down below. So I'm going to pop in a picture of Aquila wearing her beautiful tee that she made, and her and the designer got together and they gave away 2 patterns, and I won one of them. I am so excited. I really want to cast it on and get it started, but I don't have the time right now. So maybe in December. I'm hoping in December I can work on it. If not, it's going to be like January. But yeah, so I was looking over the pattern, and it's like a 12-page document, and 3 of those pages are all about the fit, and now I'm nervous. I get really confused with the whole positive ease measurements garment thing. Like, I understand it, but then when I start reading all the information and trying to pick the right size, it just gets, it turns into mashed potatoes. I don't understand. I'll look at it a little bit closer later when I'm actually ready to knit, and maybe my brain will unscramble and figure out what size I need to knit. But looking very forward to making that. I was wondering what my next top would be that I make. Like, we all know that I'm planning the tank top, but I wanted like a one with some sleeve action, like a t-shirt kind of style, and there's my answer. That's what I'm going to be making next. So, last thing that I got, because I had to go to the doctor's office in Shreveport, I stopped at Yarn on Youree. So that would be my local yarn store. They're an hour away, but it's as local as I can get. And I picked up the Cocoa Knits. Come on. There we go. Maker's Keep magnetic slap bracelet. So I got the blue color, and it is what it sounds like. So it's a slap bracelet, and it has this giant magnet on there to hold all kinds of goodies. Right now I have stitch markers on, and they are magnetic stitch markers. I'll show you those in a second. The inside, I don't think it's going to show up. It has inch and centimeter markers on the inside. And when I realized it was a slap bracelet, you know what I did? Immediately, I went whack on my wrist. Don't do that. Don't. This is a big bulky magnet. It's going to hit you in the wrist, and well, I have arthritis. My wrist hurt. That was not comfortable at all. So, it works much better if you just kind of put it on and let it wrap itself. So, it will hold your stitch markers and your darning needles, things like that. Or, I previously purchased a row counter, and it's locked. I needed a new row counter, and this one looked really nice, so I was like, okay, let's buy that. And now I really wanted the watch for it to go on, and I can keep count. I thought that was pretty cool. Excited to use it. I haven't, I just got it yesterday, so I haven't had a chance yet to really get going. I did also purchase a flight of stitch markers. They're all metal. They're all painted and really cute. These are the ones that I've pulled out so far, which are the tiniest circles and the, it's like an open circle. I'll use that pink one on there for crochet amigurumi. It works really well for that. But these are all the different ones that I have. So that's what I'm using. And this one, these guys are huge. Yeah, not that I really needed a whole lot of extra stitch markers, but these are metal and they're going to stick to the wristband and hopefully I won't lose them as much. My main point for wanting this was we bought a new sofa and I can't stab my needle into the sofa anymore. Probably shouldn't have been doing that anyways, but our last one was like a fabric, like a coarse woven fabric. Let's go with that. And you could just poke a needle in between the weaves and it was fine. You very rarely lost a needle. I lose it now because now we have a velvet couch and there's a fly. I can see him. Now we have a velvet couch and I can't stab needles into it and I keep losing my needles. Considering I sit there a lot and the dog jumps up there a lot, I really don't want either of us finding a needle the hard way. So, that is everything for mail. Okay, let's talk chatter. I got a lot. I don't usually talk a whole lot. I got a lot to say this week. So, not this weekend, but the next, on the 15th, I have a show. I've got to get my act together. I'm not ready for it at all. This is probably the least prepared I've ever been for a show. I feel like garbage. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do any prep work. I don't want to make anything. I don't want to. But I have a show, and it's one of my best shows. I absolutely love going to Minden every year. So, if you're in North Louisiana, next weekend, the 15th, is the Minden Makers Market Fair. I think they changed it to Fair. Minden Makers Fair. It is at the Crossroads Farm, and so much fun. There are tons of vendors, and they're all different, and the vendors there are amazing. I love doing my walk around at first thing in the morning and seeing everybody and spending all my money. On the 19th, I will start my advent calendar. I have a 13 Days of Halloween advent calendar that I purchased from Wonderful Wool out of the UK. And I found a pumpkin. And I put them all in there. And I'm going to have to reorganize them because I put day 1 on top. And I think I'm actually going to start with day 13. There are no instructions on how to open this. They said open however you want. So I'm going to start on the 19th with number 13 and I will work my way down so that on October the 30th I will open number 1. I'll have 1 day left before Halloween. Part of the reason why I really wanted to have the body of my sweater done this week is because the cable that I use to knit the body, I have 2 of those and I hook them together to do try-ons. I need one of them for my tank top. That's what size I need for the tank top. And I need to start making the top of my tank top so that on the 19th I will be ready to add in my first advent stripe. The goal is every day I will open it and I'll make 8 rounds on the tank top with that color. Again, totally doable goal. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. The slip stitch video is coming, and the pattern, we talked about that, and Halloween. Okay. Let's talk about the hands, the medicine. Yesterday was my first infusion. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that. It's not what I thought it was, but it's not bad. I thought that they would put a needle in here, I'd be able to knit while sitting there for 30 minutes. Ends up that they like to use the smallest needle possible, and that is a butterfly needle, and it stays in your arm. So she's like, don't move around a whole lot, you'll move the needle out of place. Okay. So, not knitting for 30 minutes, but it's only 30 minutes. If it were the 4-hour one, then they would have the other kind of IV hookup in my arm. It didn't take very long. I was the last patient of the day, so it was pretty much just me and my husband in there. He drove me just in case I had a reaction to the medication. It was just the two of us. We sat there and chatted for half an hour, and that was that. I will go back in 4 weeks, that is November the 2nd, for what they call a loading dose. And then after that, it'll be every 8 weeks. I hope it works. I'm not feeling just a whole lot different today than I did yesterday. But it's also going to take 3 months to get fully in my system and know how it's going to work. We'll see. If you're curious, I am taking Sympia. I don't really know much about it other than the fact that it's supposed to be like Humira, and I really liked Humira. It worked very well until it didn't. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am. I'm a little discouraged because my body is not cooperating and I'm not able to do all of the things that I want to do. I was explaining to my husband how I was feeling, and I'm tired. Because it's an autoimmune disorder of arthritis, your body is just constantly attacking its own joints for absolutely no reason. There's no point. It should not be doing that. And that's what the medication is stopping. It stops your body from attacking your joints. And because I haven't been on anything for over a month now, I am tired. My body is just constantly working and trying to fight nothing. There's nothing there it should be fighting. And it makes you tired. So I'm really tired. Like, my body's tired. My mind is tired. I don't want to do anything. You would think that, ooh, a fancy cup of coffee sounds good. That means I have to get up. I have to drive. I have to place an order. I have to make the decision of what kind of coffee I want. I have to actually go there and interact with people, and I'm just tired. I'd rather sit here and have a cup of water. Like, that is how I feel. And when I explained this to him, he was like, I know that feeling. He felt that a little while back because he had a bad day. He wasn't feeling very well, and that's kind of how he felt. He's like, that's not a fun feeling. It's like, yeah, well, I've been here for a couple weeks now. Like, I'm done. My brain has quit. So, I'm just tired. I'm tired of being tired. That's a little rambly, but it's how I feel. And I try to, keep it honest with y'all. I don't feel very good. I take it one day at a time, one task at a time, and I do what I can. I take breaks in between doing things, which means that I don't get nearly as much done as I normally would or would like to. Yeah. So hopefully I can get some more work done on the sweater, and then it's probably going to go on hold for a little while because it'll be on the sleeves, and I can get the sleeves done when they get done. I do need to work on that tank top and my mom's socks, and I've got to get work done. Got to. I have a 2023 calendar to design, and it has to be done by the 15th. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Movies and reading. It's not really a category that I normally talk much about because I watch a lot of stuff. I knit all day long, so I sit in front of the TV, I watch all the podcasts, all the shows, all the things. I did start my rewatch of Good Witch, and I told y'all I was so excited because they were coming out with a season 8. Good Witch is a Hallmark show. I just recently learned that this year, and they have canceled. They're not doing any more Good Witches. Netflix picked it up. So I read. That article is now gone, and it has been replaced with one that says Netflix might pick it up next year for a season 8. So that's all I have is 1 through 7 to watch, which, you know, is fine. I will happily rewatch that. It was just a little disappointing after thinking I was going to have a new season. In all of my digging and my research, I found out Good Witch is a spinoff of the movies that Hallmark made. Hallmark made 7, I believe, movies about Good Witch with the same actors. And then it became a TV series. I have 7 movies to watch. So it looks like they are free on Amazon Prime for me to watch. And if I like them, I'm going to go on Amazon and buy them. Because all these streaming services occasionally lose their mind and they just take stuff off. And I don't want to get to fall next year just to find out that Netflix has removed Good Witch from their list. So I'm going to spend the next year purchasing possibly the movies if I like them, and definitely all of the TV shows. I don't usually buy DVDs, so that's going to be fun. I also want to buy Hocus Pocus because I don't have the first one, and they just came out with the second one that I have not seen because it's on Disney, which is a streaming service that I don't have. But I'm hoping that they'll come out with a dual box set of DVDs for that, and I'll get it. I finally finished reading, this is embarrassing, I finally finished reading the first book to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I know that took a long time. I did not take the book with me on vacation because I knew I wasn't going to read on vacation, and it's a very nice collectible book, so I didn't want it to get damaged. And then when we got back, it took me a very long time before I picked the book up and started reading again. I'm a slow reader. I don't read that often because a lot of times it'll put me to sleep. Like 2 pages and I'm asleep. I have somewhat figured out a way to sit and knit. As long as it's just stockinette in the round, I can kind of prop the book up and knit, and it works. I'll stay awake. So I finished the first book. It was hilarious. I was laughing. I laughed out loud while reading a book. I've never done that in my life. So it was great. I will be starting the second one here shortly because it's like a collector's edition. It has 6 books in there. The next one is Restaurant at the Edge of the Galaxy, End of the Galaxy. Somebody out there's yelling at me right now. I can hear it. I'll be starting that one soon. So, that was a lot of chatter. Sorry. Again, brain, mashed potatoes. I don't know. I'm here. I'm doing the best that I can, and that's all I can really ask of myself. So I really, really, really enjoy getting to talk to y'all every week, and so it's important to me that even though I don't really feel like doing anything, that I still set up the camera and talk to y'all, because otherwise I'm just gonna hermit crab myself over to the sofa and not talk to anybody ever. I enjoy this a lot, and it means a lot to me to be able to do this every week. This was a very rambly episode. I am so sorry. Take care of yourselves. Happy making. I will be back next week. Maybe a little less rambly. Maybe not. Bye.